So it's Sunday, the something of March. I haven't got a clue. We've had a really lovely mild few days. It's been cloudy and a bit of rain, but really in about early 20 degrees. And it was funny, I was looking at my diary from last year and it was the coldest day of the year and we still had snow. So we've had a very mild winter. Literally we've only had 1 week of snow. A few sprinklings here and there. What have you found? What have you found, sweetie? Oh, it's a flower. It looks like a buttercup. It's very yellow. Ah, yes, you like to destroy them, don't you? So, we've still got diggers at the end of our drive. But this is how they're coming along with the bridge. Apparently it's going to be going on till April, so... yeah, I mean, obviously it's not pretty, but it should hopefully be a nice new bridge when it's ready. That's where we're at. So we have the blossoms out already, all the white blossom. I mean, it's like a wedding bouquet. It's just lovely. Even on a cloudy day, you can see in the distance all the white blossom trees. So we always like to showcase the seasons here, as we feel it's not obviously the nature, but when you've lived in hot countries like we have for the last 10 years, we were in Thailand and in Malta, gorgeous places, but you don't realise how much you miss seasons, even the winters. So I really think we like to show the best of those on our channel. And also, you know what? Oh, there's a distant sound of a chainsaw. This is the time of the year everyone starts pruning, sorting out all their trees. They're clearing some of the trees down on this bit of land. Maybe for firewood, I don't know, or just to get it nice and neat. This is one of the properties actually that we have on our channel, the River Ranch. And it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You've got all this land here as well. I mean, just look at that. It's just... Isn't it just the prettiest thing in the world? It's funny, I sort of feel like I've been blinkered towards nature my whole life. When you've lived in mainly coastal towns in the UK, a few cities, island life, I feel like I feel living here, it's the first time I've experienced nature and wildlife and flowers. I've always loved flowers that you buy from a bunch of tulips from Tesco's and stick them in a vase, but until you see trees blossom once a year, it still blows my mind at the beauty of it. And I feel like I've lived my whole life not really noticing it before. And now I don't know, we've been here 3 years, and even I feel like, what have I been doing the last 3 years to still not really truly notice it and appreciate it? I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm chasing you. Oh, I've got you. You're going the wrong way for the park, mate. So sorry we've been really slow to upload recently. We did a really funny live chat the other week because I was like, we've got to do something. We haven't done something in ages, but we have nothing to show you. We've just been living. And it was really fun to do the live chat. It was totally off the cuff. And it was lovely. Thanks to everyone that joined in and chatted with us. It was just awesome. So yeah, today's just a little catch up of what we've been doing. I know you don't want to hear me go on, so I'll show you the boys. See what Lee's done so far upstairs with the bathroom. And we've actually on some nice days been working in the garden quite a bit as well. And it must drive you, I bet £1 million there are people out there that watch our channel that sit there and go, God, they haven't done much in that garden. I would have been doing that. I'd have been growing food. I'd have been blah, blah, blah. And I hear you, because I watch other things going, God, they haven't done much, have they? But obviously, you know, if you've been following us for a while, I work online pretty much full time. I have 1 day off a week. I have a toddler running around as well. So, and Lee, you know, Lee's health, he doesn't have a great back, so he can only do physical stuff when he can. So it's kind of like we just sort of plod along and work on projects as we can, really. And there's no time limit, there's no deadline. I'd love to have started growing food, but we're just not there yet. The focus has been working on each project as what becomes more obvious as you live. So just we met a couple, or Lee met a couple. They've been in email contact with us. They've moved out here. Very much said they were motivated by our channel, which is so lovely to hear. But they sent us an email quite overwhelmed. They said, how do you do it? It's all a bit too much, you know, just lugging firewood, for example. And it's like, yeah, it is. It can be overwhelming when you've got a lot of land, or when you've got seasons to battle with, and maybe a house that's a bit run down like ours. I think the important thing to note, if you're ever going to do something like this, is not to put pressure or deadlines on things and just live. We very much now just live, and from week to week, from month to month, change our plans depending on what becomes more obvious to be needed. Okay, so that's what's really important. That's why we've jumped from the extension, so we've got an outside area without getting rained on, then to a bathroom because we're sick of the temporary bathroom, then to underfloor heating in a bedroom because, you know, whatever the reasons have been. And it's changed a lot, and I can imagine it's been so frustrating as you've watched our channel, because we never get anything finished. It's just you're just constantly jumping from one thing to the next. But that's just life. And the outdoor area has suffered because we've been focusing on the house. However, when we've got a lovely day, the house is put on hold because we just want to be in the garden. So we'll show you a few bits that we've done there. And as I said to this couple, yes, darling. Oh, thank you. Look at this. He loves bringing mummy flowers.
Daddy.
That's one's for Daddy. But yeah, as I said, not to sort of labour the point, you just work on what you feel like doing every day, because don't put a time limit on it. As long as you've got your health, your happiness, a roof over your head, you can get some food, you don't need to worry, put so much pressure. Oh, there's a car coming, let me just stop. So Miss has been getting a bit lazy recently. Normally you walk all the way to the park and back, don't you? But he's been a bit lazy. Wanting mummy to hold him.
Water.
Yeah, that's the river. But going back to what we've been up to, a couple of weeks ago, oh gosh, I think flu. Really, I was so sick, I've never felt anything like it. So I was kind of wiped out for a week. Then we had some family visiting for the weekend. My sister-in-law and my niece. So yeah, all been busy. But now we can get back to normal. We'll spend a good solid month on, house stuff. So hopefully there'll be more kind of DIY stuff. And Lee's out today looking at properties, so we hope to get more property vids out to you as well. So yeah, lots. You know what, sometimes I think it's good to stay in your bubble, because it's only when you go out and see people that you get sick, isn't it? I haven't been sick for years. And Lee and I went to, there's a town in the Targovishta region, Palamatsa, big English community. They, every now and then they do this kind of market and boot sale. So we went up there because we wanted to meet up with some friends. So big shout out to Liz and Mike, the lovely Lynn, Adam and Max from the good Little Bulgarian Adventure. Sorry, I'm just holding husband's hands who isn't full, so my mind is on two things. And we met Jules and John from Serendipity Homestead. They haven't got a YouTube channel, but do check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They've got a homestead there that they rent out for accommodation, so if you want to go and live the rural life, check those guys out. But anyway, yeah, I blame all of you that we saw, because clearly one of you made me sick. It was the next day I was bedridden, so own up.
Monkey.
Are you being a monkey hiding in the bush?
Yes.
Yes. Is that because you're doing a poo? Yes. I'm going to show this to your future girlfriends. Hello, darling. You're on camera.
Oh. I'm just messaging a client.
Oh.
Yeah.
So while you're sitting in the sun, getting some fresh air, I was going to show everyone what we've been doing in the garden on nice days. It's really messy because, you know, we live in mess. But we're getting our little stepping stones sorted for my rockery cum herb garden. We've got all the daffodils coming out, but Hudson keeps pulling off the heads. So I don't know how many daffodils I'm going to get. Lee has been working on this marvellous dry stone wall here. We basically took, or I say we, Lee with the majority of the big heavy stones, been taking down that wall that was really collapsing and reusing them on this wall, and then we will be doing the same here and then also across there. So this is going to be like an outside dining, which I know we've said many times. We need to level the ground and get it to be nice nice stone wall all the way around, and then there will be a fence going along here, so that we'll be able to sit out here and have a coffee, enjoy the view. And then the only other thing we've been really doing is working on just clearing some of the really cutting down the plum trees that lined this fence. They were so entangled with vines and the blackberry brambles, we couldn't even see any of this. So this has all been chopped back, so we're going to try and create a path so it's easier to walk around there, but it just clears up the view a little bit. And look, back to the blossom. It's just so pretty. Hacking cat. Haha. Scared off my dog. I was just
You filming the cat hacking?
yeah, I was just explaining the walls and the pruning that we've done of the trees.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, and that's it. Anything you want to add?
No?
Nah. We've all got to get a haircut.
Yeah, I'm going to show you today.
Hudson needs a haircut.
Because it is getting warmer in the days now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need a beard.
Yes. I'm going in. He's been up there for hours. I'm going in, guys. Hello. Turn that rubbish off. Wow. Wow.
It's getting there.
It feels like a room.
The crazy, annoying thing is obviously I put the plumbing and that kind of stuff in first.
Yeah.
Because we needed to plan it out.
Yeah.
But then I had to put the plasterboard up
Yeah.
and double, triple, quadruple measure.
Oh, what doesn't
So
fit?
look, everything fits.
Oh.
I'm just taking it's taken a long time.
Oh, that's fine.
It's
Take so long as it takes.
yeah, and just having wires everywhere and trying to plan ahead for them. Like
Yeah.
this is going to be the main light
Yeah.
here, and I've centered it not to the door but to the window.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
sort
a nice touch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trusting you with all this, aren't I? Tell everyone why it's green. Why is the plasterboard green?
Why are the trees green? Yeah, this is stuff which is for bathrooms, kitchens, that kind of stuff. High humidity areas.
There we
So,
go.
yeah. A lot of people that I've seen try and cut some corners. Maybe they just do where the shower is.
Just go to where the shower is. Oh my god.
We want to do it everywhere. It's
Just in case.
what is it? A normal sheet at the moment is about 15 left.
Yeah.
And this is 22.
Okay, not too crazy
so it's
difference.
a difference of like €3 a sheet.
Yeah.
So for the amount that we're using, it's nothing.
Cool.
And we've got extra when we do the bath, the other side of this wall.
Nice.
So we're going to have to store that for a while, unfortunately.
That doesn't matter. We've got plenty of rooms
Yeah.
of junk we can add it to.
Just, so I've basically put everything in where I didn't need to make any crazy cuts or measurements. So this will be the cold
Towel rail. Oh, sorry.
and the hot for the towel rail.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of put the toilet somewhat in place.
Oh.
Not actually there.
No, I know,
just so
but
I can measure in
just to
between.
see it.
Yeah. Yeah, just so I can measure in between.
Yeah.
And then we can get that nice and centred in between the shower unit
Yeah,
and
it's
the toilet.
that positioning. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
be really
Cool.
nice. Be really
Excellent.
nice.
So that's where we're at with the bathroom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lee, for the
Oh, little
update.
tip.
Oh, yeah.
If you've got pipes, hot or cold, whichever,
Yeah.
running alongside a wall,
Yeah.
just put a little bit of insulation behind it. Keeps it
Ooh.
off of the wall,
Yes.
so the temperature shouldn't come from the wall onto the pipe, and vice versa.
Lovely.
Little tip.
Nice. And Lee just explained that the extractor fan is going to go here in that hole, so that I did ask for it not to be that visible. So when you walk in, you're not going to see it on this lovely wall. It's around the corner.
This is large because there's the chimney behind here from downstairs.
Yes.
And we've got our drainage running alongside.
Yeah. But the extractor, explain, Lee, again, you do it?
Well, we're going to put it here. There's going to be a huge void behind it anyway.
Yeah.
But actually, in the next room, which will be our guest room or Hudson's room, whichever, there's an old disused chimney there. So we can put a cap on the top so there's some airflow. But it means I don't have to do anything. I just chase it straight through to that and it goes up and out of the
So
room.
the smells and all the
Moisture,
condensation
everything.
will all go up the chimney now.
Goes out of an old chimney.
You clever monkey.
Well, not clever. It's lucky it was there.
Yeah. Now we know this rural life isn't for everyone. It's a lot, you know. It's kind of quite isolating. Could you be careful, darling? Quite isolating, especially for women. I think we're a bit more social. And I'm obviously making a generalising, sweeping statement there, but I think a lot of the women I know out here are more social than the men, and therefore maybe suffer a little bit more with being in the middle of nowhere. But you can find, it depends what you want, like we always talk about location, you can find pockets of places where there's lots of community. We just happen to be in quite a very quiet rural location. We kind of quite like our bubble. We're too busy. You see, we're too busy to be socialising, really. We stopped drinking. We haven't drunk since early December. So that's an interesting one. So feel pretty good and healthy about that. Thank you, darling. And what was I going to say? Yeah, but if you get really fed up and cabin fever, I'm like, Lee, come on, we need to just go around the mall. I need to go to Henny's and just buy some socks or whatever, just to feel a bit normal. Obviously, we take Hudson to the soft play every 2 weeks or so he's socialising. And now he's just trying to destroy the table. But yeah, so you can obviously make it what you want, but I guess we're too busy to get to notice that we're in our sort of isolated area with not many people to talk to. But my job involves talking to people. I talk all blooming day long, drive everyone nuts, as I'm probably doing now. So, and obviously, you know, the language barrier is an issue, and it's our fault we haven't learnt it. Any minute I'm away from Hudson, I'm on my computer working. I don't even have the time to do so many other things, let alone keep a household, you know, cooking, cleaning, laundry. That's enough, isn't it, with a kid and working? So to be able to learn the language is just something that I can't put my time towards yet. And we're not ready to put him in nursery just yet. We kind of like having him around. It will happen in the next couple of years, but just right now, it's just doesn't feel right for us. So yeah, but it would be helpful if we learnt the language. And I feel really ignorant and stupid for not. it's just too much right now, but it will happen. It will happen. Lee picks up a lot. He really understands all the characters and the sounds, and I look at him in amazement that he can read signs and things. But yeah, I recommend, obviously, if you want to do this and you have the time, if you're retired and you've got all the time in the world to work on a house and a garden and learn a language, wonderful. If you're a bit more like us, a bit more tied to lots of commitments and responsibilities and work, then yeah, you just got to do it in your own time. Plus, how on earth can I find the time to learn the language when I've got to keep making these blooming videos for you lot? I mean, really? So demanding.